Is what I think is happening there is actually
I
happening?
feel like he's like insanely fast.
So all the analogy to Spider was right.
What is he doing to her? Okay, not gonna lie, this is sick. He seems to be the most terrifying out of them. This guy is the most insane. Ren is gaining more control, right? Okay, my theory about Mercurius and Heldrich right now. He looks like a Joker. That's random. Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time to finally get into next episode of the irae. So yeah, we left in a pretty harsh place, to be honest, for all of you and for me. Because same as you, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what's on the other side of this phone call. So let's see if my prediction is correct and if Kasumi is abducted and if they're trying to force fight with Ren that way. So yeah, I think let's just go to the episode and let's see how this will go. The phone display claimed I was connected, but I didn't hear a thing. What the hell? It couldn't have been a prank call either. I mean, what would have been to point without hiding her number?
Kasumi. Oi.
Hadn't there been enough phone-related things as of late? Even I might get sick of situations like this if they kept cropping up. She should have done something more elaborate if she wanted to surprise me. This was just lazy, plain and simple, and not the kind of thing you would think of dragging her to a punchline. I really wished she would grow up and give these jokes a... What was that? I'm done. Fuck. I just heard slicing body. I gave her so many death flags, and she survived them. Oh, okay. That's how she ends. Oh fuck. Shit. I could hear the sickening sound of something crumbling through the speakers. Crumbling. What the hell is that sound? It keeps going. Still as unsettling as before. Oh my god. Now accompanied by the audible sounds of trained wheezing. No, what the fuck?
Oi.
Enough. This stopped being funny ages ago. It felt almost like she was. The harmony of paint whistling and the sound of meat being mashed. Is this not slicing? I found it difficult not to imagine what could have been going on the other end of the line. I thought it's slashing, but it's mashed. What? I began to count my thing, trying to figure out who would be calling from Kasumi's phone. What in the hell was this bastard doing to her? I grabbed my phone so hard it cracked, but the scar on my neck began to arch as pure, undiluted anger washed over my body. That bastard. Did he kidnap Kasumi after we parted ways? The Spine? Yeah.
Spine da na.
Spine, okay. The static like whizzing came to an abrupt halt the moment I pronounced the name. At the same time, I heard a voice that gripped my heart like the gauntlet of steel. It sounded too feeble to be death scream, and too much like the curse to be an appeal. An eroding whale I would take with me to the grave. And then came a booming laugh. What the fuck? I just got another image of what may happen to Kasumi. Is it one of the scenes that are changed in the all age version? Is what I think is happening there is actually happening? Is that it?
なかなか可愛らしい彼女ですね。食ってしまいたくなりますよ。
Oh my god. It definitely is.
後ろが気になっては戦えないのではと思いましてね。ですから私があなたの不安要素を排除して差し上げます。
What the actual fuck?
礼には及びません。おもちゃはもっともっともっともっともっとこの街中にあるのですから。
This guy is mad.
おい
Even I was surprised by how cold my voice sounded. My rage, after skyrocketing past a certain point, must have dulled my emotions. All I had for him was a short, simple declaration.
そこを動くな殺しに行く
Okay, I actually didn't expect it. His first fight to be against Spinner. How the fuck will you survive this? What if Spinner is actually not that strong? And he's just like insanely smart and like stuff like that. I didn't ask him what he was, but that wouldn't be a problem. My neck began to arch, bloodlust welled up inside me. It would tell me where to look for prey. I'd kill him, chop his head off, dye the guillotine red with his blood. For all I had ever been was a substitute prepared for that singular purpose.
まあ最初の相手としては適当でしょう。今のあなたにちょうどいい。
Tripa? Okay, so I might be right. Spinner is not that strong. Interesting, but everyone is like feared. I guess you can be feared for many reasons, so...
さて、それではお願いしますよ。塩を送るのも、これが本当に最後です。何せ、ここまで来てまだ目が覚めないようであれば、さすがにもう救いようがない。
Okay, so after Spinner, we will get serious with you.
大多数の人々が異教の神々に向いているのに、特別の快楽を司る最古の偶像が知恵が愚行を招き、ベリアルが神の家に居座っている。キリスト者自らもキリストから走り去っているのだから。無事2つ目のスワスチカ完成することを祈らせていただきますよ。サラトゥストラ。
Of second swastika.
その道に幸と祝福のあらんことを。
So his awakening will awaken second one? If he managed to go to level 2, he will open second swastika? Is that it?
ジークハイル・ビクトーリア。
Okay. Clearly Nazis. It only took me a mere 10 minutes to reach my destination. A whole 4 kilometers in 10 minutes. And I'm using enough, I hardly even broke a sweat. His body is changing, yep. An Olympian feat for sure. Winning the gold medal would be a change for me if I entered. As I arrived at the Suahara seaside park, a burning pain flat in my neck, letting me know that the bastard was nearby. I didn't give a damn about what he was up to. I'd made up my mind and knew what I was gonna do. Balling my right hand into a fist, I made an effort to feel the power slumbering within. Formation remained beyond my capabilities, and I wasn't particularly skilled at activation either, but I managed to wound Sakurai that night. If I could hit my target, killing them would hardly be impossible. Yeah, you just need to hit. In essence, all I had to do was get close enough to grab him by the throat. Not even a greenhorn like me would miss at such a close range. Okay. I think like he's like insanely fast, so you cannot grab him. On the other hand, I knew very well how difficult the whole getting close part would be. I could no longer afford to go back down here, being pressured by necessity. Unless I pulled out my super ultra move, I would just die like a dog. And if that happened, I don't like this effect. My thoughts felt quite disconnected. I remained calm, but occasionally came on the verge of snapping. Was that due to my Agnerbe, or the unbridled anger and impatience that despite my best efforts, I failed to restrain? Kasumi had to still be alive, right? Having a heroine die this early would have been ridiculous. It sounded like he was doing something else to her, based on the conversation. But sure, he could just murder her afterwards. What the actual fuck? There was no way someone as predictable as Kasumi wouldn't know a cliché like that. So she had to be alive, right? I ended up unconsciously uttering her name, but the voice that passed through my lips had a pathetic, desperate ring to it. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't somewhat ease my pent-up tension. As such, my enemy wouldn't be foolish enough to let this opportunity go to waste. Oh? Wires. So I was right. So all the analogy to spider was right. You literally have like some fluid or like strings or web or whatever. He can like catch people up. After a flash, I found my right arm wrapped in some kind of wire. You know exactly where your weapon is. It tied me up in an instant, pulling me closer. The whole thing happened so fast I could do nothing to resist, and ended up being dragged a few dozen meters in a state of weightlessness by the power I could only describe as superhuman. So Spina is basically an assassin, I think. The next moment, violent pain shot through me. Unable to land properly due to being constrained, I slammed the back of my head on the ground with tremendous force, at the point I nearly blacked out. The wire stayed wrapped around my body during the whole ordeal, as the unknown force tied me to a tree, or perhaps a streetlight, robbing me of all freedom. I ended up crucified, not unlike a certain holy man. The whirling felt tightest around my arm and neck, leaving me unable to breathe. My consciousness began to gradually fade out. No, I had to preserve. Fading here would mean the end, which admittedly might put me out of the misery. But it would also mean that I came here for no reason. Yeah, you need to activate your weapon. I tried to bite into my tongue in an attempt to keep myself from passing out, but ended up putting too much strength into it, nearly biting the whole thing off. Oh. Well. Don't kill yourself. I was choking on my own blood. Shit. I may have managed to keep myself from passing out, but also nearly ended up committing suicide in the process. Good job, Ren. Just fucking genius. If that wasn't enough, being strangled hindered my brain blood flow, making my vision go dimmer and dimmer with each passing second. Robbed of movement and sight, I could rely only on my senses of smell and hearing to gather information regarding my surroundings. Okay. Maybe he's just like hitting her? What is he doing to her? My ear picked up a highly ominous sound, while my nostrils were filled with a metallic stench, powerful enough to make me want to vomit. Oh my god, the stench of blood, isn't it? Oh no. What the actual fuck? I felt my face showered by the downpour of flesh, coppery blood, fixed at intervals, following a steady rhythm akin to the convulsions of hurt. What the fuck? Slashing, splish. If I were to imitate the sounds of that live performance, this was basically how they would sound. Even someone with no sense of imagination could tell what was going on in front of me. The grip of wire grew stronger, biting into my flesh, scattering blood anywhere. So what I've been hearing for a while now were...
私の宴はお気に召していただけましたか、ザラトゥストラ。
What the fuck? The sound of the bastard cutting his victims up into round slices. I guess if you use the wire, you can slice in perfect, like, intervals. Oh no, is Kasumi alive? Oh my god. Oh, for fuck's sake, he's like literally a fucking spider. What the fuck? Okay, not gonna lie, this is sick. Holy fuck. Full CG, please? Oh my god. Okay, there's... Oh shit, this is Kasumi, isn't it? See, this is the short hair and it kinda... Oh, maybe this one? Maybe this one, I don't know. This or this must be Kasumi, I think. So she's alive. Oh my god. This guy is horrifying as fuck. Wow. Really, the designs in this game are sick. What the fuck? Clenching my teeth, I channeled the entirety of my remaining willpower into staying conscious, while forcing my eyes to dart wildly in all directions in an attempt to regain my vision. I wonder if this scene is like uncensored in normal version of the game. I mean, like, there's like no coverage or something. I began to see the vague contours of the something so horrifying, it made me crave the response of blindness. Before me was a spider wearing human skin. I'm glad that he didn't like grew like additional limbs, though. No. I don't know why, that would be like more terrifying. Waving its web between the nearby trees and street lights, wearing a mocking smile as it stayed hanging roughly 2 meters above the ground. And how do you produce this string though? Don't answer that. A sight defying all common sense, almost like a mean prank, calling it a nightmare would have been an underestimate. What the hell was up with this freak? I knew I had sworn to leave behind the common sense of my day-to-day life, but was the other side truly this riddled with absurdity? A sight laughably removed from all traces of humanity. Oh, sorry. Oh. I virtually disregarded for human life that could make anyone cry. What did any of these lifeless women do to deserve being strung up there like butterflies caught in the spider web? Oh, so okay, so they're already dead. Okay, maybe it's not Kasumi. Unless Kasumi is actually dead. Also, yeah, like, these images are so cropped in 19, like, in the resolution of 16:9. They're so cropped. Yeah, where's Kasumi? I have a feeling like one of them is Kasumi. The wire strangling my neck robbed me the ability to speak. The only thing filling me with more rage than this asshole right before me was my own inability to throw an insult at him.
どうやらお気に召さないようですね。あの副首領閣下の演者にしてはまた随分とまともな心をお持ちのようだ。
Okay, Spinner? You just call him the relative. Everyone called him substitute, but you call him the relative. Interesting. Same lineage?
さて、こんな格好で失礼かとは思いますが、改めて自己紹介をいたしましょう。私はシュピーネ。清掃13騎士団国園卓第10位、ロート・シュピーネ。以後、お見知りおきよ。親愛なるザラトゥストラ。
Even though he's terrifying, I like him. His voice is just perfect for the character that he represents. This is fucking amazing. His mock pleasantries only ended up fueling my urge to kill. I gave into my fury in an attempt to tear off the wires, still holding me in place, but no avail. Just activate, please. Just Ren, just like use your brain, please. In fact, the more strength I put into it, the deeper they sank into my flesh and bones.
無駄ですよ。今のあなたにそれは切れない。
The wire strangling me grew even tighter, almost as if it possessed a mind of its own. I assumed Spinner's web was also made out of this. In which case, could this be
そう。それが私の生物。
Seibutsu?
ワルシャ
Yeah.
ワ月頭で数限りない列島どもをくびり殺した代物です。歴史こそ浅いものの吸い取った魂は100や200じゃ効きません。
Oh, okay. That's why he's like weaker actually than others, because his story of it is like very young, and it doesn't have like, and he didn't like absorb too much souls, too many souls. At least less than others. Yeah.
同胞ゆえに試したことはありませんが、これに捉えられたが最後。生産杯芸家といえども脱出できぬ一品であると
Wait.
自負していますよ。
So how do you know? Wait. What? Wait a second, Spinner. Heldrich could not break free, but he said he couldn't test it. How does that work? How he know that he could not break out of it, but he couldn't test? What? It doesn't make sense. This is contradiction.
生産杯だ。
おや、ご存知ないのですか？おかしいですね。彼はあなたを痛く気に入っているようなのですが。
Oh wait, no. Sorry, Divine Vessel is not the Heldrich. It's the Trifa. Right. I'm sorry. But still, yeah, it's like contradiction. He claimed he know that he could not break out of this, but then he said that he could not test this. So the Divine Vessel. I heard Sakurai utter that phrase a while back. Judging from the way they talked about him, I figured it must be referred to their leader. Nah.
我ら国園卓を率いる狩猟代行クリストフ・ローエングリーン。
Lohengrin.
恐ろしく滑稽で道化者ではありますが油断のならぬお方です。 ベイやマレウスからは露骨に警戒されているものの、私はそれなりに信頼していると言っていい。
Okay.
少なくともあの5人に比べれば人間らしい部分をお持ちのようですからね。
Retains touch of humanity, unlike those five. Huh. Interesting. Those five. Who was he talking about? Bei, Malus, Sakurai probably? And some two other guys. Despite my situation. Oh, I guess there's Machina and Sauriel, I believe. Despite my situation, I still found myself being caught up in meaningless details like that. It may have been barely visible, but Spina's expression shifted ever so slightly as he mentioned them. Away, hatred, reproaches, feeling of inferiority, repulsive emotions he had no way of discarding. Was he afraid of his comrades?
よろしい。
Interesting. He's afraid of them even though he seems to be the most terrifying out of them. Like everyone was like silent and then he started like speaking and everyone was just like listening to him. Unless they just like ignored him. Interesting character. Following that short utterance, Spinner hopped onto the ground from his web, then proceeded to walk up to me.
もともと今夜はあなたを殺しに来たのではありません。いささか聞いていただきたいことがありましてね。
He's tall as fuck. What? If he didn't come here to kill me, then what the hell was this all about?
レオンハルトから聞いたのではないですか。我々はあなたに強くなっていただく必要があると。
Yeah?
正直血の気の多い連中では教師に向きませんからね。彼女とそしてこの私が生産杯芸家からその役を仰せつかったというわけです。
Okay, I fear 351 more now. Spinner saying that he's timid. And 351 is hot-blooded. What the fuck? How is that even possible?
レオンハルトが講義を、そして私が実技の方を。
Okay.
適材適所というやつですか。
The tension of the wire wrapped around my neck loosened up at around the same time he said that, making me choke on the excess of oxygen rushing into my lungs.
あちらのあれはあなたにやる気を出していただくよう遊びで用意したものですよ。まあ若干趣味の領域でもありますがね。
So, I think I was right actually what he did to her. Saying that he called her a plaything? Ah. Okay, even if she survived, her mind is so fucking broken at this point, probably. Rage blinded me. A plaything? This low life considered killing people a game.
人殺しということならあなたも同じ穴の無地なでしょう。まあそんなことはどうで
Well,
もいい。
callings by name, yeah. Well, we cannot say that he didn't kill anyone.
せっかく得たこの機会、私は有効活用したいのです。目的を果たすためにも。あなた、それを知りたくはないのですか？
His goal. When I posed the question to Sakurai, she simply dodged it. There was more to this than these freaks wanting to do battle with me. I had yet to see the full picture. But none of that mattered here. I needed to know if she was still alive.
物事には順序があるのですよ、ザラトゥストラ。あなたの疑問にはこちらの要件が済んでから答えましょう。
Okay.
私はいささか他の連中と趣が異なる変わり種でしてね。
I can see that. You are crazy. Spinner went on, his lips curled into a smirk.
先ほども言いましたが、今現在我々を率いているのはクリストフ、すなわち生産杯芸家です。
Yeah?
しかし彼は結局のところ代行に過ぎない。
Just like us, I guess. We are a substitute.
そう、つまり仮の名手ということですね。一時的な今だけの期間を限定された権力。
Yeah, makes sense.
本来のそうしたことからこの数日に及ぶ事態の引き延ばし、彼が権力の座に固執しているからではないかと、まあ米あたりは思っているかもしれません。実際真偽のほどは
I mean-
分かりませんがね。
That makes sense. Like, you get the opportunity to have, like, powerful people obeying you, so... Yeah?
ただ私が見る限り、あの方はそこまで俗な欲望を持っているようには思えない。ですのでベイやマレウスの邪推をそらし、いらぬ横やりが入らぬようにするという条件のもと、それが今のあなたと第一に接触させていただく権利。骨を折りましたよ。
Spinner recounted his goals in a jovial tone. His gaze replayed with the condensation. Too bad I couldn't care less about their power struggles and factional disputes.
生産杯芸家は権力の座や栄華栄奪など滋賀にもかけない、むしろ鬱陶しいとさえ思う御人だ。私にはそれがわかる。なぜなら良いですかサラツストラ、あなたも覚えておきなさい。手を結ぶなら自己と正反対である人種の方が信用できるものなのですよ。
Interesting idea. Ha! I don't know if I agree with this or not.
私は黒煙卓
Let me know in the comments if you agree with him
いや別に
about polar opposite thing.
わけではない。ただ約束させたいのですよ。私がやることに以後一切干渉するなとね。この60年、他の者らにとっては屈辱と退屈の期間だったかもしれません。だがしかし私にとってはかけがえのない至福の時だったと言っていい。誰にも縛られず命令されず自由に生を謳歌できた。殺したい時に殺し、喰らいたい時に
Yeah,
犯したい時に犯し、奪いたい時に奪う。
yeah, he really likes the current situation.
これこそが人間。今さら過去の遺恨や妄執に付き合うなどくだらなすぎてごめん被る。
Does it mean basically that Spinner is like a traitor among the whole organization? I have a feeling like his thought process is kind of like feels like a traitor, you know?
そのためにあの5人には英語を眠っていてほしいのですよ。あなたがここにいる以上メルクリウスの再来を防ぐのは困難でしょうが、それもまた不可能ではない。サラトゥストラ、私と手を組みませんか。あなたの力をお借りできれば、
Okay.
共に英語の自由を獲得することも夢ではない。
You have balls asking that to me while tormenting Kasumi.
何
Join him. What the hell did he?
だでしょう。私はね、もはや誰の下にもつきたくない。
What's with this pace?
怪物の下ならなおさらだ。
You are quite a monster by yourself, so...
怪物
黒煙卓の首領、副首領、そしてその下に付き従う3人の大隊長。
Wow, he's so terrified of them. Holy fuck, how strong are they? Three serving under them. It's Makina, Sariel, and... what is his name? Schweiger. Oh yeah, there it is. Samuel. She's so cool. I love her design. This is like... Full Metal Alchemist together with Zuko from Avatar in female version. Mahina. And Schreiber. This guy is the most insane. This guy is sick. The Golden Beast and Hermes Trismegistus. This guy has so many freaking names. It would be no exaggeration to label them as monsters who lived only for war.
そう。私は彼らに二度と会いたくない。
Okay. I noted that Spinner's smile had since faded. The spider body began to tremble even so slightly. My suspicions were correct. He developed an abnormal fear of those five, wishing never to serve under them again.
もう分かったでしょう。我々の目的、いえ、私以外の者らの望みは、あの5人をこちらに呼び戻すことです。そうすることで、彼らは個々の望みを達成できる。
So he is a traitor pretty much.
かつて副首領閣下は言いました。怒りの火まで、おのおの魂を蓄えよ。時至れば、それに見合った祝福を与えようと。
Equal to the souls we had collected. Okay.
なぜ我々が人を殺し、魂を散奪するか。答えは単純な足し算ですよ。1000人分の命を持てば、1000倍の生命力を獲得できる。このシャンバラで起こるのは、そのストックを増やすための殺人競争遊戯です。大量の魂が懺悔した場は、戦場跡として法人と化し、それが8つ揃えば、あの5人が戻ってくる。
Seals of magic. That's why school is one of the seals, I guess. So the school will be one of the battlefields. Well, shit.
そして奪った魂に相当する新たな力を授けてくれる。
Granted new power.
だが私は嫌だ。もうたくさんだ。あんな人とも呼べぬ怪物たちに再び隷属するなどと。
Yeah, you are kinda insane.
二度とあの5人には会いたくない。彼らはこの世に戻ってきてはいけない存在なのですよ。
How terrifying they must be, so this guy is terrified of them. I'm terrified by this guy. Palpable dread colored Spinner tone as he spoke. He held my head between his hands and continued on with his desperate tirade.
彼らが完全な形で限界するには8つのスワスチカが必要です。しかし不完全なままで
Oh?
おそらく2つ3つでも構わないはず。ならば今もひょっとして私の裏切りを聞いているかも。
Well, that means you are fucking dead. Because apparently we are about to open the second one. For some reason, at least like Trifa wants that. Or hopes for that.
恐ろしい。そしておぞましいのですよ、ザラテストラ。クリストフも私の真意は知らないはずだ。今ならまだこの儀式を妨害して中止に導くこともできるでしょう。ですからさあ早くあなたの真の力を見せてください。これ以上スワスチカを増やしてはいけない。そして共に黒煙卓を制圧しましょう。
I don't know what to think about this. Honestly, that was a lot to take in at once. Yeah, I agree. My mind was still riddled with questions. I need more time to process all the details. I agree with that. But one thing I could already declare with certainty. Spinner was trembling with fear. Despite being the walking image of mortal bankruptcy, a murderer capable of killing countless innocents, his words sounded so petty, I found myself thoughtfully astounded.
お前は連中の中でも凡人だっていうことだな。
Yeah, pretty much. So Ren, if you are unable to defeat him, then you have literally no chance against others. A man who feared his oppressors, and the cowardly Dambas, who only knew how to torment the weak. He was nothing more, nothing less. How the hell they presented him to be so terrifying in the previous episodes if he's like that? What? How they managed to do that? This is just genius writing. I wasn't trying to stand up for Wilhelm, Rusauka, or Sakurai, but as enemies, I would at least categorize them as worthy opponents. This guy, on the other hand...
こやろう。ブサイクな面で気持ちの悪いこと言ってんじゃねえ。
Fair trade.
お前はアホだ。臆病な凡人のくせに頭も悪い。
Whoa. Why would he show me all this stuff only to ask for my assistance in the end? I was no champion of justice, but I hadn't shed my humanity to the point where I could look at all this cruelty done to women and felt nothing. Did he seriously think that robbing me of what I held dear would somehow free me? He was no more than an ordinary guy, albeit crazy, a weakling, yet fucked up in the head, a disgusting, half-baked wretch. How goddamn full of himself could he be?
死んじまえよカス。鏡見て出直してこい。
Oof. Oof. Yeah.
だからてめえ近いんだよブサイクが。
With the wire around my neck now loosened up, I mustered all my strength and delivered a headbutt right into Spinefights. Ha ha. Nice one. Wait, he actually hurt him. Wait, that means that Ren is gaining more control, right? Because he now have not only durability, but he also have a strength to actually hurt them. Because even though Spine is the weakest one, apparently, he still should have like superhuman, strength and durability. So Ren grew stronger at this point, and he can actually hurt them with like physical force. He was sent flying backwards, just as I had planned. A physical attack of this caliber wouldn't even inflict a single scratch on Wilhelm, but this guy didn't seem that sturdy. Yeah, he's the weakest one. But still, it's impressive he can actually hit him.
なんだ。やっぱり弱いじゃんか、ホーマン。
I would resort to whatever I could use at this point, be it provocation or trash talking. It felt droplets of blood trickle down my forehead after I smashed my head open in that attack, but a wound of this caliber barely even hurt. Incomplete or not, I still had the Achnerbere slumbering with my body, which meant I'd have no trouble with most injuries. And then... Nothing easier to predict than the weakling, succumbed to anger. He gave into his emotions and sent me flying with a kick. As a result, I was blown away along with the lamppost I'd been propped against. Well, you're free now. Well, I was willing to give the guy some credit. He really did exhibit superhuman strength. No average man could bend an iron lamp post like that, nor kick me so hard it made me feel like my organs were jutting out of my mouth. But compared to the rest of the freaks I'd faced,
この程度じゃ劣等だろ。
wow. Wow. Ren, by the way, you are weaker than him right now. But you are pretty close. But yeah, you're right, he's like wiggling. At least I could count on his stupidity. The lamppost he broke allowed me to escape. I rose to my feet, making sure not to let the pain from my stomach twist my expression. I expected him to be stronger than Malus and Bay. Like, seriously, the way they showed him in the episode when we had the round table, how he spoke fully confident with everyone and stuff, I was entirely sure that this guy is like insanely strong and he will be like opponent after Bay and Malus. Okay. I got fooled.
しっかり喋れ。
Anyway, we now stood on equal footing. Also, doesn't that mean that he's weaker than Sakurai? Wait, that... I think he's weaker than even Kei. What the fuck? I have a feeling he's weaker than Kei. How is that even possible? Anyway, we now stood on equal footing. It was a bit of lengthy prologue, but, truth be told, but the fight could now begin for real, and he was perfect as the first opponent.
交渉決裂だシュピーネ。霞にちょっかいかけた時点でお前はぶっ殺すって決めてんだよ。さあ約束したろ。つまらん話を我慢して聞いたんだから、あいつが無事かどうか今すぐ答えろ。
Okay. Oh my god. Spinner responded with a sheer laugh, and a moment later... No... No... Oh my fucking god. One of the women strung up in the spiderweb above was sliced up like a piece of ham, scattering a mixture of blood and guts. She exploded into numerous lumps of gore.
あのざまで生きていると思うのですか。全員残らず例外なくくびり殺してしまいましたよ。
Fuck! We lost Kasumi. You freaking piece of shit.
そうかよ。
Oh my god. See? I said that for a long time. Kasumi had so many death flags, and as I said, we need her to actually die suddenly. For him to like awaken to like another level in his rage and everything. Fuck. So this fuck had a death wish. Alright.
いいでしょう。確かに交渉決裂だ。あなたには今ここで死んでいただく。この段階で代替品を潰してしまえば、少なくともメルクリウスは戻ってこない。そしてそうなれば、ハイドリヒ教も完全な復活はできないでしょう。
Okay, so Mercurius and Heldrich might be together in order for them to be fully manifested. Interesting. Is Mercurius and Heldrich actually like one being? Maybe... Okay, my theory about Mercurius and Heldrich right now. They are the same person, but... Like, Heldrich, let's say, is like the original one, and he absorbed so many souls that they cannot be contained in the single body. And he, like, duplicated himself in, like, another body that contains some of the souls, you know? That would be interesting.
その後のことは、まあ立ち回り次第でどうとでもなる。
And also since they're like separate bodies and they have their own minds and stuff, but they still like essentially became from like one person. As Spinner raised his abnormally long arms, a series of fine wires shot out of each of his fingertips.
あなたはまだ生物の形成ができていない。そんなことで私に勝つことはできませんよ。
Okay. Oh my... Okay. 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 This guy is fucking insane. What the hell is this? He looks like a Joker. Also... I just realized that 4 to 3 is fucked up on my screen. I'm sorry, I will fix it like for future episodes. Let me check if it... What if I did that? Nope, it's just like... Okay. I will fix this for the like, next... I didn't show this on OPS before. So I'm sorry if it bothers you that 4-3 have like this whole side being black, but okay. Wires rapidly shot forward. They may have been able to cut through a human like butter, but I didn't mean they were powerful enough to cleave their target. To be more specific, they were actually garroting wires, an instrument used to tie up and strangle the victim to death. In other words, I had to be more wary of getting cut up and tied rather than being cut. The wire's trajectory bent like a snake, but I managed to dodge them by the hair breadth. Despite getting a piece of flesh sliced off from the tip of my shoulder, the adrenaline surging with me dulled all the pain. Okay then, now what? We were separated by roughly 5 meters, hardly distance. That would allow me to hit him, given my current level of control, which meant I had to get closer. But Spinner had laid out wires all around him. If I carelessly approached them, he would likely tear me to shreds or cocoon me. A mainly defensive strategy befitting of a coward, but a logical one nonetheless. At my current level, slipping on through and getting close him would be nigh impossible. So basically you need him to catch you and bring him closer to you by like himself. If only I had a weapon with a mask myself.
形成か
Perhaps it was reckless of me to hope for that one. I couldn't even fully master activation, but unless I tried, I would never turn the tides here.
しました。今さらおじけづいたというのではないでしょうね。
まさか
Just running my brain at full speed, come up with a way to kick his ass. I really wished he would quit interrupting my thoughts with his grating voice.
なるほど。顔に似合わず好戦的だ。どうやらあなた方向性は違えど、私やベイと同じ系統かもしれませんね。そしてそうであれば、単純な経験の差がものを言う。それを覆す裏技など持ち合わせてはいないでしょう。やつら、ジークファイルビクトリア。
Why there was such an echo? What the fuck? The wires covering Spinner solidified into the strangling cord, the same instrument of death that snuffled the life out of countless prisoners at Warsaw. It must be similar to my guillotine, in which case, maybe the way he will that it could provide me with some kind of hint. Also, if you are interested, the city, Warsaw. If you want Polish name for this, it's Warszawa. So yeah. Once the wires shut out again, I used my Asaya in attempt to offset the assault. However,
無駄ですよ、そん。
yeah. The flash I fired off was literally chopping up by Spinner net-like mutilated wires, slicing things up, supposed to be my specialty, yet he clearly beat me at my own game. I knew it. I wasn't gonna win at this rate. Yeah, you need formation. I kicked off the nearby tree, forcing myself to dodge the attack. The spot I used to stand at ended up shredded by the wires, transforming benches and street lamps alike into thin slices. I fired off another omnidirectional flash. The moment I landed, I wasn't gonna have the perfect control of it either way, so this still beat trying and failing to aim properly. Miraculously enough, it had stride for Spinner, but
ですから言ったでしょ。
yeah,
無駄ですよ。
just activation is not enough, because it not have like solid, like they say, formation, like solid state. So basically it's like something you would like shoot something liquid into like solid stuff, like just shoot water into wall. That's something like that. It's like it may be powerful in like certain pressure and stuff, but still it's easy to be like disturbed, cut off and stuff like that. So Yeah. The wires protecting him once again tore my Asaya to shreds, leaving me firmly between a rock and a hard place. But I had to keep dodging his attacks for now. If I got cut, it was all over. The wires spread before me, resembling a casting net, and I had no confidence I could indefinitely evade their attempt to seize me. Using the little time I still had left, be it minutes or mere seconds, I needed to find a way to turn the tables. I didn't come here to die today. Good, I managed to dodge this one too. Just a little more and what?
すでに大手ですよ、ザラトゥストラ。
Well, shit, he probably spread his web around. Yep, now he'll just tighten everything up. I realized that the wire had wrapped around my right arm. Shit. Okay. A second later, I found myself again dragged away into a spider web with such inhuman speed I nearly passed out. Well, fuck. Having been slammed into the net strong enough to slice through steel, my body sprayed blood in all directions. Oh. The fact I came out of the ordeal with my limbs still intact could have been counted as a tremendous luck, yet it was too early to celebrate.
勝負ありですね。
Now that I've been caught up in the wires, I had no way of praying myself free of the deadlock through my own strength alone. Okay, will he actually activate, like, formation or something, or someone will save him? Was she among the strung up, volatile female bodies hanging next to me? Yeah, that's what I expect.
どうしたのです？ほ
お前
Panic flooded my mind for the moment, but Spinner cut me off before I could say anything.
あーなんでもいい。それで、サラトゥストラ、どうされます？今私の指先にほんの少しでも力がこもれば、あなたの五体はバラバラだ。そこの女たち同様。いや違う。そんなはずはない。死に瀕して恐怖を覚えない人間など私は見たことがありません。ですからもう一度聞きましょう。あなた、私と手を組みませんか？もっとも。
The wires cooling around me grew tighter with a creak, sinking into my flesh in an attempt to cut me up into round slices.
断ればどうなるかわかりますね。今度はもう逃がしませんよ。
Great. Help? He was right. Unless I gave in to his demands, I would die here. But right now, all such negative emotions had been washed clean from my mind.
さあどうされますザラトゥストラ。私と共に黒煙卓を制圧し有意義な生を謳歌するか、ここで死ぬか。
おいあのさ
Okay. After a short beat, I exhaled a deep breath. How would I put it? He loved the sound of his own goddamn voice far too much. I was trying to have a bit of a moment over here, yet this fuck went on with his nails on a checkboard speech.
あんた巨乳の女ってどう思う？
That's random.
何？
I'm with Spide on this. Like, what the fuck is that question? Okay, that's the way to cut someone off guard. What the fuck?
だから胸大きい女。俺は好きだし他の大多数だってそうだよな。別に貧乳をバカにしてるわけじゃないけど、男なんて基本ドイツも体感巨峰主義なんだし。
cannot disagree.
何事もでかいに越したことはない。大は小を兼ねるって。ああほら、あんたの国でなんて言うのかは知らないけど、多分万国共通概念だろう。
Okay, what the fuck, Ren? What is this conversation?
でもそれはそこらのハンパマニアの話で、俺はちょっと違うんだな。
何よ。
Yeah.
わかんねえかな。小さいよりでかいに越したことはない。オッケー。そりゃそうだろう。でもな、でかけりゃいいってもんじゃないんだ。
Yes, we can all agree with that. What the fuck is this conversation?
形とか、乳首の色とか、大きさとか、いろいろ細かい判断基準があってだな。その中でも俺は、まあなんていうか、マニアックな趣味してんだよ。
What is this? Let me guess. He saw like breasts of these girls on the web next to him, and he saw there's no mole at the breast, right? Because Kasumi had one. Is that it? That's why he like randomly started talking about boobs? What? Naturally, I had not been aware of it myself, but I used to have this jackass of a friend who wouldn't shut up about it.
一応今だけあいつに感謝しようと思う。でなきゃ選択をミスってたかもしれないし。
Okay.
だから、あなたは何を言っている？
What the fuck?
簡単だよ。
Oh shit, this is Kasumi. This is actually fucking Kasumi. Shit. Isn't that the sort in other version? This is terrifying. I met his confusion with a smirk. It sounded ridiculous when said out loud, but she did seem to be a bit of a fated partner to me. I mean, I even remembered such a minuscule traits of her.
俺は胸にほくろがある女がいいんだよ。
Yep.
ってわけで、この連中と心中する気もあんたと手を組むつもりもない。女の趣味が全然合わないみたいだしな。
I don't understand this conversation. What the fuck? My brain is with Spinner right now. I'm like mashed potatoes. What? That was the time to show him what Ren Fuji was made of.
いいでしょう。これほど愚か
I don't get this.
とは思わなかった。
What?
だから死ぬ気はないって。
ふざけ！
Hogwash. Nice. The wire sank deeper into my body. It would have no doubt taken it less than a second to tear my flesh, cleave through my bones, and sever my torso. Last time I heard Hogwash was the adventure game about hob barrows. You can find it on the adventure games playlist if you want to check it out. It's like point and click. The wire sank deeper into my body. It would have no doubt taken in less than a second to tear my flesh, cleave through my bones, and sever my torso. A second that felt as short as it was hopeless. None of my attempts at the resistance would have borne fruit quick enough to be effective. A frame of time so brief that would be enough for little to nothing. Under normal circumstances, I would have died for certain, no doubt about it. So what I had to do was slice up that very second, extending it. For the longest time, I had always wished I could stop time. As such, I'd already gotten used to manipulating my perception of it. I'd slice it up. In a moment that felt like an eternity, and with that hollow, empty space, where a single second had been extended to at least a million, I would have enough time to think of countermeasure. I'd form my Agnerbe, shaping it into palpable weapon sharp enough to slice through those wires. I may not have been fond of blades, but this, too, felt like a karma at work. On that rainy night, I'd already made peace with that fact that I might die. In other words, there could only be one reason still preventing me from mastering this power. I've been reluctant to involve this girl, Mari, in all this. I couldn't bring myself to make her witness under death, to force her onto the battlefield. Why are you to talk about Mari. Huh. And the fact alone might have been the sole dividing line separating us. It's like he knows that she saw a lot of death. I should have understood, I should have noticed. She had severed my head on countless occasions. Yep, he now realized that she is the guillotine. Finally, she was a guillotine, an instrument to carry out executions. Her sole purpose was to decapitate, to kill. Her only effective means of communication converged upon the singular act of beheading. Then, within the confidence of a moment frozen in time, I plunged down into the deepest recesses of my ego, attempting to converse with my Achnerbere, with Mari. Can I truly wield you? Will you permit me to lift you out of there? I'm not much of the heartthrob, nor have I grown used to dealing with girls, so being at my side probably won't be too fascinating an experience. Even now, I'm about to claim you for my own, to stain your innocent soul with the blood of others. Despite that, could you still forgive me? Will you still accept me as your partner? Mari, please, answer me. I have like actual chills right now. My innermost desire to spare you the gruesome sight of death hasn't changed in the slightest. But right now, I really need your power. I need to materialize my killing intent to beat this guy. I'm begging you, grant me a weapon that would help me return those days of old. A blade to protect all I hold dear, a guillotine to sever the chains of the law holding us prisoner. I won't mistreat you. I swear it on my life. So long as I go against my principles and make you witness blood and death, I will lay everything bare before you. So please decide. In the end, I am a man worthy of you. How do you feel about me? It was then that I heard a voice echo in the very bottom of my consciousness. The annus mundunus, I don't know what that means. That lay even beyond my ID. This is probably the French. Moncherry, I don't know what it means. I see. In that case, there's no more need to hesitate. Let us go then, side by side, and rise the curtain of tonight's Grand Gungoyle. Holy fuck, we actually doing this. And with that, my arm welcomed the guillotine. Let's do it. Oh! Okay, let's go with the full glory. So like 4 to actually, okay. This is fucking sick. Oh, look at that. There's some letters on this. There's some writing on this. What does it mean? Is it in French or maybe in like Latin? Also, look how cropped this image is. Look at that. We can see whole blade. How long is that? And with like this version, we've just hit this. Wow. I couldn't tell whose words slept my lips, but at that moment, my consciousness exploded in a torrent of chaos, culminating in a storm to wash over my entire being. Words soaked deep in the sorcery, an invocation that belonged only to me. Its echo straying into my Aknerebere to life. The guillotine in my arm shifted and transformed to the shape most befitting to be wielded by Ren Fuji. The blade in my flesh was heavy, dark, and just the right length. a manifestation of my will, the physical incarnation of my desire to return to my old life.
血が欲しい
Yeah, and she's singing. Oh shit, look at that. I didn't realize there's a school. Look at this. Didn't you see that? That's like a mouth. That's like eye. It's a school. I think it's a skull. Skull, sorry. Not school, skull. The refrain that once shook the execution platform rang in my ears again, the same way it did upon that twilit beach. A lust of blood so clear, so pure, so innocent and beautiful, it possessed no equal under the heavens. Its melody, a blessing to cradle my blade. Let us sing and fight, survive and dance together.
ギロチンに注ごう飲み物を
ギロチンの渇きを
What the fuck, this is so good. Together, we would feed it the blood it carved. The decapitation scar, etched into my neck, stood as undeniable proof of our joint woe. I would continue to devour soul after soul, till there wasn't a single one of those bastards left standing. The steel wires trying to tying me up had been severed to tiny pieces upon my invocation of Yetzira. At the same time, blood sprayed forth from Spirit's body in a violent surge. I guess hurting Achnerbere means hurting the user as well. They're like connected. I knew what it meant. He's completely fused with his instrument. Yeah, okay. In that case, would destroying an Achnerbere lead to its withered demise as well? Yep, probably. Spinner was no longer in any state to reactivate his weapon. I'd cleaved right through the steel wires. If anything, the fact he was still alive could be considered a miracle in itself.
待ちなさい私はあなたを
ああもういい
Did something happen on the CG? Oh yeah, his face changed. Yeah, okay. Begging for his life, like the third-rate weakling on the verge of death, wouldn't do him much good. I had no idea what he planned after this, but seeing him sniveled on the ground certainly wouldn't make me feel anything. Aside from pity perhaps, hell, getting rid of him before he made himself look even more pathetic would be for his sake, if anything.
私の生物が
Hell if I knew. It was rather fragile for something he bragged about being utterly indestructible, but if I had to answer his question...
この魚
Wow. I unleashed my guillotine with the most unimpressed downward swing I could muster. I could just imagine that, like, Ren just like looking at him and just like, yeah, you're dead now. While Spinner gave me a look of unbridled terror, his eyes wide with the fear and shock. Still I owned him. Some modicum of gratitude. If it wasn't for Spinner, I would have never mastered formation. He just skipped the level. He didn't even like master activation. If Sakurai was to be believed, I had built up enough strength to match up to Bastard's level. This would be the end of the road for Spinner, and soon enough I would send his comrades along to keep him company in the afterlife. Okay. That's the end of Spinner. And with that, Spinner Agnabere vanished with its master defeat, as did his corpses, did the corpses of the lives it claimed. So this was what it meant to have one soul devoured. The moment the usurper perished, all of his accumulated souls would disperse along with him. Okay. I spent a short while in silence to honor the memory of the strangers who perished here tonight. I may have been indirectly responsible for their deaths. I avenged them, but that alone wouldn't bring any of them back to life. And most important of all,
俺は人でなしだからどこかほっとしてる部分もあるくらいだし
wow.
だけどこの先もう二度とこんなことは起こさせないから
Okay, Ren is actually badass now. There was no one around to respond to my soliloquy. Once I'd finished paying my respects, I picked up my cell phone lying around on the ground nearby and headed home. Wait, you just left Kasumi! Wait, what the fuck? Okay, what the hell? You just left her there. What? I'm confused. Someone help me on chat? On like in comments? Damn it. What? But things didn't seem to add up. Why would a guy like Spine go through all that trouble to kidnap someone who looked like Kasumi and say not... Oh, so I was right. She didn't have them all. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. 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 Like Kasumi and not say Kasumi herself. This is weird, yes. Assuming he worked under someone's orders, could have been the will of that divine vessel guy? And if that was the case, then why? For what purpose? Good question. He's alive. Following Renfuji's departure, the silence on the Moonlight Park was unceremoniously broken by someone ragged whizzing. What? The fuck? He survived! He spat out each word of the syllables of the curse, his voice trembling with the rightful resentment. He had committed a colossal oversight by underestimating the boy. Spinner would never have imagined that a pretty-faced brat, barely even worthy to be called a man, would overpower him to this extent. Well... Wait, what? I'm confused. Ren said that other souls died, so he could see souls, right? Or something. How the fuck he's still alive? Ren just confirmed that he's dead. What? They would all pay for this, not just the boy. Each and every one of those bastards would rot in hell. I'm confused. How is he still alive? Maybe someone can explain this to me in the comments. I felt like it was confirmed death. Despite choking his own blood, Spinner sounded a loud crackle as he imagined the sight. The boy might have materialized a rather powerful Agnerberry, but in the end, he was still wet behind the ears. That he left without confirming whether or not Spinner has truly died stood testament to his naive. Okay. The boy would live to regret this. Oh, they all would. First things first, though. So wait. Did Spinner lost souls or not? From Ren's perspective, it sounded like he lost his souls. But he's still alive, so they shouldn't disappear. Spinner cracked on, still wearing the blood of his own pool of his own blood. He would remain in hiding until he recovered enough, then seek the help of his comrades. Babylon in particular might be able to patch up even a wound this severe. Ooh, Babylon is a healer? If Spinner was to team up with anyone, that woman would be a fine candidate. Oh, Babylon is a woman, okay. Aside from holding Cain leash, she also possesses a much less secretive personality compared to the likes of Christoph. Okay, so Cain is like a servant for Babylon. Do we have like 3 traitors here? Spinner could no longer contain his laughter. Having decided on what to do next, he had no more use for the pact with that.
Yare. また随分と無様ですね。
Well, That's it for Spinne plans, I guess.
もう少し面白い戦いになるかと思ったのですが、所詮器が違うということですか。まったく本当に情けない。
The divine vessel. What brought him here? The priest looked down at Spinne's whirling body with his trademark smile. Yet one he produced now lacked even a single ounce of warmth.
あなたはそれほどまでにハイドリ秘境が恐ろしいのですか。何、ごまかすことはありません。別にあなただけでなく、私も含めた全員が思っていることでとはいえ、違いがあるとすれば恐怖の形、美観の問題でしょうかね。私もベイもマレウスも
So yeah, basically,
バビロンもレオン、
Spinne, you are coward.
私は聖戦を指揮する身です。故に戦士でない者にかける情けを持ちません。あなたは哀れで情けない。実に滑稽極まりますよ。まあそんなあなただからこそ役に立つこともあったわけなの。
Each word the smiling priest uttered was another droplet of potent venom, descending upon Spinne like the veil of the dark blessing. After reverently making the sign of the cross, the priest brought down the blade of judgment upon his dying comrade.
せめてその汚れた魂、浄化し有効利用して差し上げましょう。光栄に思いなさい。私がハイドリ秘境だったなら、あなたは食われているところです。第二のスワスチカ、その身をもって礎となる名誉を与えましょう。
Okay. Without even allowing Spinne to finish his plea for mercy.
神の栄光を語り、大空は神の手の技を示している。話すことも語ることもなく、その声が聞こえなくとも。
He stamped on Spinne's head, making sure he stayed dead this time around. Oh. What secrets could the priest have harbored being able to neutralize an apostle? Even one on the verge of expiration, without even resorting to his Agnerbere. Yeah. More importantly though.
いささか役者不足かとも思いましたが、どうやらうまく機能したようですね。
Spinne's body crumbled to dust, vanishing in a matter of seconds. The souls had piled up did not disperse, and instead lingered behind for the future purpose. Okay. Interesting. And so the stigmata began to arch, once again, sending ripples of flesh blood down the priest's hands, feet, and flank.
おお、これはとても痛いですね。どうやらハイドリ秘境、
Trifa is crazy as hell.
ですが、私はともかくとして、他の者らには手加減をしていただけないものでしょうか。これほどの圧をかけられては、死人の一人や二人出かねませんよ。
Yeah, seems like he's the strongest one out of them. And so the priest crackled, his eyes narrowed in joy, his lips curled upwards, his clothes stained in the vermilion blood.
これで焼き切れる魂ならば、用をなさぬということですかな。加えてあの若者も、あなたのご期待に応えることができるのでしょうか。
What happened today would not repeat itself again. The boy no doubt had a question or two regarding body double, but Trifa had no inclination to grant him an explanation, nor would he save him again. For caprice alone, guiding the priest's hand today, Theresia's presence prompted him to act the good Samaritan for a change. Okay.
さて、しかし本当に痛いですね。やむ。
What? What is happening? What the fuck? Why we are in the dimension of Heldrich right now? What? Oh, this is the hall. I thought like this is the... Okay. The hall of the kitchen table echoed to the painful screams of Wilhelm Rusauka and Case Sakurai, as all three withered in agony. What the fuck? What? Why? What? For the true nature of that binding maelstrom of abnormal pain that nearly drove them to insanity was none other than... What the fuck? He can like actually affect the, like these people from like another dimension. Why he is not satisfied? What the fuck? The suffering could not cease. Instead, the blood bubbling from their respective stigmata stained the obsidian table crimson. They had forgotten it, taken it lightly. They had grown arrogant, intoxicated by their own ever-growing prowess. Yet little they did know how trifling that power of theirs appeared in comparison to the other fives. Such foolish conceit. Okay. Wilhelm made an attempt to reach for the 12th seat, only to be blown clean away, as if struck by lightning. That was hardly all. The same could be said of the neon seed, as well as the seed of Sivan. The tremendous spiritual pressure emanating from each overwhelmed all those present in the hall. They dread to imagine exactly what kind of abominations would be summoned into this world upon opening all 8 magical seals. I still don't understand what causing the swastikas to be opened. I don't get this. How do you open them? Death of Spinne opened one. Why? Logic did not apply here. The appointment of a traitor as a member of the table, a wretch who dared tarnish honor and loyalty alike, remained a sin most grave, regardless how much of craven fool he might have been. And with a sin came punishment. Any fool that dared the master abode, in his absence would rightly deserve to be torn from limb to limb. So basically he's punishing all 4 of them, and Trifa is just so strong that he's just like taking it, and he's like, thank you Heldrich, but please spare the others, just... I'm fine with your punishments. What the fuck? The answer was clear. Commence the war. Enhance the Holocaust. Usher in the day of wrath. Complete the swastika. Sieg Heil Victoria. Sieg Heil Victoria. I hate this effect. God fucking... A moment later, an entity compassing the whirlpool of the myriad souls descended upon the 8th seat. The manifestation of phenomenally large spiritual pressure threatened to annihilate all in its vanity by merely appearing for a split second. The beast's pair of eyes glimmered in the brilliant gold, his men swaying as he delivered a curt decree to his subjects. The time for games had ended, no further delays would be forgiven. And so, this very moment served to ignite the flames of war in earnest. The day of wrath shall signal his coming, with heaven and earth like dissolving in ashes, as David and the Sibyllis had once foretold. Karl is Machina, I think. Just because I managed to go through the whole experience without any losses didn't change a thing about the fact how that I screwed up. And we'll see what Ren think about this whole thing in the next episode, because this is a long episode and I don't have much time today. Wow, that was insane. We had formation, we had fight with Spina, we had a traitor, we have Trifa, we have 4 stigmatas, Heldrich manifesting himself. What is happening? Wow. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. Let me know in the comments how you like it. If you like it, leave up a like. If you like the episode, if you didn't, dislike it. If you are not subscribed, please do so. You can check my Discord in the description as well. And yeah, thank you for being with me for this episode. That was insane. And we'll see what will happen next, because I think it will be even more insane. This is just going to be like insanity after insanity, I believe. So we'll see in the next one. So thank you. And for now, Pocket Watch is going out.